Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Tuesday, February 9th, 6:13 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. All right, check out BitcoinDailyView.com. Lots of cool stuff there. Get the Bitcoin Daily View t-shirt. Sleep is for stop loss. Bitcoin is up 18K in 12 days. This is something that New Questions over at Blockchain Education did mention this morning. Thought it was worth mentioning again. Bitcoin is up $18,000 in 12 days. That's pretty amazing. All right, we all know Tesla has bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Yep, we know, and we are certainly seeing the results. But I wanted to mention this morning, oftentimes we have a pump or a dump, and it could be in Bitcoin or the crypto market in general, or any one particular altcoin, and we think, oh, the correlation is absolutely, it's this news, etc. And I would say that it's not always. I would say yes, Tesla, this news is definitely part of the pump, but I think it was also very, very due. Sometimes a pump or a dump, when you see this news and people pin it on that news was kind of a permission slip for it to happen, but it wasn't really the underlying cause completely. So, just wanted to remind that I think this is definitely organic and not just hype, and I think the charts are showing that. Stable coin flows hint at 50,000K Bitcoin after Tesla pump liquidates 500 millions in BTC shorts. Sorry, shorters, but you're kind of no great asset to humanity anyway. All right, Grayscale acquires 1.5 times of total Bitcoin mined in January. This is a big, that looks good, doesn't it? Dang. All right, just something to note. This is January of 2021. The amount of Bitcoin created by the miners, the amount bought by Grayscale, and this is just Grayscale. All right. I just want to posit the reality that I think that is a lot more than just Tesla buying 1.5 billion in crypto. There's lots of companies that are now looking at it, going, "Oh my gosh, we need to, hedge into that some." But companies, wealthy individuals, working class people, they've been hedging in for quite a while. So look at this. This is just Grayscale in January. A liquidity crisis is definitely coming. And when that hits, it's going to be another rocket ship to Pluto. I've always thought, and I mentioned it here before, the day that Tesla or just Elon Musk himself says, hey, we're hedging into Bitcoin, different world the next day, different world that day, and it already is. But when that liquidity crisis hits, which I think it will, that's going to be, this rocket ship to Pluto will be nothing compared to that one. All right, crypto market against USD or USDT looking pretty good today. XRP up 6.8%, back at 45 cents. That's cool to see. I know it's the banker's coin, but still, I like that it's kind of sticking it to the man, even though it is the man. Anyway, good day in the market against Bitcoin. Crypto market against Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin is 1-to-1. XRP is up 2%. BNB is also up like 23%, and I think BNB, it's up like 29% against USDT. So BNB definitely a player. There's tremendous volume happening on Binance. It does not surprise me. BNB is up, and Filecoin's definitely showing up for work today too. We'll see how this market plays out. Theta up against USDT, but not, and Bitcoin. Theta doing well. It's a cool project. I like watching that one. 17.1 billion in volume last 24 hours. That is insane. That's a lot. Okay, 7.8 billion of that on Binance. No wonder Binance slowed down for a bit. Coinbase 3.4 billion. Is Coinbase even online right now with that kind of volume? Bitfinex over a billion, Kraken over a billion, Bitstamp over a billion. So we got volume happening. This is insane and beautiful. I love seeing it. All right, Binance, where all that beautiful volume is, 50% longs, 49% shorts. Bitcoin is beginning to retrace a little bit. We'll take a look at that. Not surprising that the longs versus shorts are split so closely. Basically 50-50. Bitcoin dominance was a huge pump yesterday, coming down a bit today, coming in at 63.6% right this moment. How many gold coins to buy a Bitcoin today? 24.73 right now. All right, dollar strength index. The Russell, it ain't open yet, but the S&P 500 closed positive. So did the Russell 2000 yesterday. DXY Dollar Strength Index definitely had a red candle yesterday. So, and these charts are showing right now. I guess this is pre-market. No, okay. So, DXY right now, red candle today, red candle yesterday, and of course the Russell 2000 and S&P 500. They're closed right now, but they had a positive green candle yesterday. Silver and gold. Gold making a comeback, silver making a comeback. This is nice to see. And I would say there was that whole silver, short squeeze that like the people were doing, and that's kind of cool. I would just say that it hasn't slowed down. I haven't really gotten into that. I got my silver stack from years ago, um, but it's neat to see, and it's not slowing down. And I've heard some wild stuff where coin dealers online are just, especially the online ones, they just aren't getting coins, and they've actually been, when people purchase, they've been refunding. I've heard from some people and just saying, sorry, we can't get it in any acceptable amount of time. So there's still stuff going on with that. Silver, cool. I am watching for that crazy Lambo ride that many people have been dreaming of for like decades. That one day silver will pump. All right, 3-day candles. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 3-day candles close in the green, especially that fourth one was massive. Definitely our bearish trend is done, at least for the moment. This is a turnaround. Today's 3-day candle, which started today, of course, a little red. Bitcoin's retracing some. The MACD on the 3-day is glorious. All right, looking at the daily chart. Yesterday, the Tesla moon candle, probably something very, very historic. It is wonderful. Many people probably have t-shirts with just that printed on them because that's where they made their first million. And of course, today we have a little bit of a tail, some wicks going on that doji this morning, but the MACD is beautifully positive. I think we're looking at so much upward pressure right now from the 3-day and the 1-day charts that yes, we're going to retrace a little bit. I can see that already starting, but let's move on to that. This is a 45-minute chart, one of my favorite time frames. And if I look when we initially started this pump, boom, and to our all-time high recently, but it won't be our recent all-time high for very long. It'll get surpassed, I believe. And of course, I always want to mention, entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial consultant or a life coach, but I like you all, and and I like hanging out here in the garage and talking crypto. So, if we look at this fib, I always like, even though you want to see something moon forever, I do kind of like it when it moons and then it starts to make a proper, slight retrace, just because it helps you see where that range is. And if we look at Bitcoin, of course, we had a monster yesterday, and now we're coming down to the 236 fib line, and you can see we're starting to find some support there. I mean, definitely, I think this is pretty cool. I think we could say that on the 236 fib line, we're definitely seeing some support. We did wick underneath it, but look at it like this. If we bounce now, great, it's a 45. That's bouncing at 45,000. Not a bad place to bounce. If we go to the .382 fib line, that's 44,000 where we're bouncing. If we go to the .5, that's 42,700 where we're bouncing. If we go all the way to the 618, I think like worst case scenario fib line to bounce at, given this short time frame, we're looking at 41,500 basically. So, worst case we get a bounce at 40, probably around $42,000. 41,500, 42,000. I mean, there's like your worst case, but look, you can see some support that got created as Bitcoin slowed down at these fib levels while it was bouncing. While it was pumping. So this fib chart, to me, like the validity of a fib chart is really how it fits within the time frame that you're putting it. And sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. I would say if we look at this, you can definitely see that Bitcoin has worked with these fib lines on the way up while it was pumping. So my guess is like a .5 probably would be the last spot where I think that'd be the lowest we dumped, so like 42,731. So 42,000. So like I say, a retrace to 41,000, 42,000, really, really, really possible. But we do have stops at 44,000, 42,000, 43,000, etc. So this is great. I think this pump's slow enough to, of course, it's going to have a slight retrace, but we might be seeing it. We're seeing support right here at the .236, right around 45,580. So we shall see what happens. We are in blue sky territory right now. I mean, I ain't shorting. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not. If we look at, let me look at this. So if we look at the Directional index, very, very strong. Starting to cool off a little bit. ADX coming down. With this slight sell-off here, you can see that's definitely dropped the stochastic RSI down to where we are in buy territory right there as far as the stochastic RSI looks. And if you look at the KRI, yep, it's red. So we're seeing this gentle sell-off a little bit, and that's fine. It makes sense that when we begin to plateau a little bit, people start taking profits who are the unworthy. Well, anyway, there we go. Maybe we're bouncing now at 45,000. Maybe we might bounce at the next fib level at 44,000. Maybe we might bounce the fib level under that, 42,731. But even if we do, who cares? We are still in pure Lambo territory. I'm happy if we start ranging. It wouldn't surprise me if we range between let's say 46,000 and 44,000 for a little bit. We shall see. This is good. I'm liking this. This was definitely a pump, but from what I'm seeing here and the way it's working with these fib levels and how long we've stayed at the top of this, and the way the indicators aren't just dumping, and neither is Bitcoin as it sells off a little bit when it slows down, people taking profits, that's fine. This is definitely not just a pump and dump. It's going to be a pump and slight retrace, it looks like to me. Amen. Cool. Ethereum on the 45-minute chart against USDT. It is just doing fine. It's starting to slow down like Bitcoin is. Ethereum versus Bitcoin down here below. It got crushed, but I am watching this because I do think if Bitcoin really does start to range in here and go sideways, I would love to get that Ethereum BTC swing trade right back up. I think, that's what I'm watching. So Filecoin today, rocket ship to Pluto against USDT. Boom, it's rocking. It worked with Bitcoin. Also, if you look at against Bitcoin here, it worked well against USDT. Made some nice money. If you look at Filecoin, why it's interesting to me, look at it against BTC. It did not get totally, well, it got crushed a little bit, but look at that. This is what I'm hoping Ethereum will do. We'll see this boom green candle, just like Filecoin did, because once that dominance chills a little bit, Bitcoin goes sideways, bam, we're going to see some explosive alts. So Filecoin is definitely doing that. It's back above the 200 moving average. Directional index is looking great. The squeeze indicator is just beginning to cool off, so I'm not quite going to get into that right now, but definitely this is one to watch. DOGE looking great against USDT. It's hanging out here. It's ranging between its all-time high and the 236 fib level. Against USDT, it's building some nice momentum sideways. It's well above the 200 moving average. The directional index is in the green. ADX is too low. The KRI is looking just getting to positive. Stochastic RSI has room to move up. So it's cooling off, but I like seeing this sideways range after a nice pump like this. It looks like it's building momentum to, well, probably move up more. All right, looking at Dogecoin against BTC, it really did not get crushed that badly with BTC pumping. It held in there pretty darn good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Here on Binance, it's really kind of riding this 382 fib level. It's above the 200 moving average. It's right in the middle of the Bollinger Band's indicator. Sorry about that. A little early for me. And stochastic RSI is kind of topped out right now, but check out, but the KRI is good. Like I say, directional index is in the red, but it's about to turn green, and the ADX is kind of a little bit flaccid, but do check this out, the squeeze indicator. I'm fine on the 45-minute chart. The squeeze indicator is working really, really well. When we see these squeezes that we had recently, boom, the indicator is saying, get in there. We had some nice moves. So I am watching this. I think Doge against BTC, this might be a little sat gainer here. And also Doge is just friggin' cool. So Bollinger Bands, that's what I'm thinking. The Fibonacci Bollinger Bands that I like so much. If we look at these, if I can get it to show us the, it's just called Fib, F-I-B-B on TradingView. If we look here, we're getting a lot of support off the 382 fib line, beginning to make a move up. After a nice gradual cool down here, keep an eye on it. If Bitcoin gets sideways and continues, dominance drops a little bit, I'm watching Doge because I like it. I mean, you shouldn't like any coin. You should just love God and make money, right? But I like Doge, so it's fun to make little money off coins that you like. And also maybe keep it. If it stays in the green, keeps going up, ride the wave. Trend is your friend until the apocalypse. All right, ADA versus USDT, kind of sideways, but it's making great gains. I mean, how far is this thing up recently? Where's that cool little indicator? Um, if we just look, since it broke the 200 moving average back around the 31st of January, where is it right now? It's up 93.7%, and that's in 11 days. It's basically 11 days up almost 100% against USDT. That's really a beautiful thing, and it's doing pretty good against Bitcoin here too. Let's just try that same little nifty thing right here at the 200 moving average break. Where are we right now? Even though we've been higher, 45%, not bad at all. So if we do look here at ADA, the nice little Cardano, we came down with the Bitcoin pump to the 200 moving average, but we're holding strong, beginning to move off of it. Directional X is in the wrong spot, but it's getting towards green. ADX is in the right spot. Stochastic RSI is good. KRI is in the green here. Sorry if you can't see that, but the KRI is just turning green. Watch this squeeze indicator. I mean, we've seen squeezes be pretty positive here against BTC and against USDT, but as far as you know, characters out there like myself who want to make some more BTC and trading alts that you like, well, watch for this squeeze to start. Watch for this directional index to turn green. ADA against BTC might be a player today. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I'm a maniac in this garage. But anyway, so Digibyte versus USDT been making big moves recently against BTC. It's holding in there too, but more choppy. The indicators look good. I'm watching this squeeze indicator. I'm watching the indicators. Digibyte might be a player against USDT and BTC. It's making nice moves. A little choppy against BTC, of course, because BTC is up and down, where the dollar is stable. Above the 200 moving average, these are beautiful coins. I mean, I don't see any reason why this couldn't possibly be a long. Let's look at this at the 4-hour chart. How is Digibyte doing against USDT and BTC on the 4-hour chart? I mean, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful gains. It's looking nice. Maybe it's plateauing. Anyway, I can't, not financial advice. Just saying, I like this. I mean, I might watch the, just keep an eye on it, guys. You got a beautiful break of the 200 moving average back here at the same time. It's moving up against USDT and BTC. Coins like this that move up against USDT and BTC that make gains on both sides, I think, are definitely the strong ones right now. So Digibyte, also a bit of a low sat coin. I don't always like trading those too much, but also your rewards and losses are massive on low sat coins because, well, one sat is a big deal. I'm watching you, Digibyte. You might be I like it. I like Beam. I just want to mention this one because it's like so many alts. If you look at Digibyte, strong against the dollar, strong against Bitcoin. Then you look at like Beam, it's creeping along, against the dollar, doing all right. Dumping against BTC. You're seeing a lot of alts doing exactly this. And why I kind of am watching Digibyte is I think if Bitcoin does start to range sideways, I think some of these alts, like many, many, many alts, that have kind of gotten the crush. I mean, of course, you got Digibyte. You got your Filecoin. These are probably going to just totally rock when Bitcoin dominance goes sideways. Bitcoin goes sideways for a little bit. But also, we do have a lot of players like this that have done okay against USDT, that are kind of dumping against Bitcoin. But dude, look at this, the little blue diamonds, those blitzes. It is making breaks above the 200 moving average. So it's pushing. Squeezing these indicators in the green, but working towards a squeeze. Directional index is good. The ADX is not so good because it got crushed by the Bitcoin pump. KRI is looking pretty darn nice. Stochastic RSI is a little bit high, but it's got room to move sideways like it always does. So anyway, not to belabor it, but we're just seeing this a lot. This is one that I'm watching. I think we're going to see a lot of alts. Like I say, Digibyte, ADA, of course, they're all not DOGE. Digibyte, ADA that are strong against the dollar and Bitcoin, they're going to just go insane if Bitcoin starts to go sideways. Beam, even ones that are kind of losing against Bitcoin, if they're making challenges to that 200 moving average and they're not too far crushed against that 200 moving average on a 45-minute chart, watch these, especially if you see that squeeze indicator begin to move, and especially if you see that directional index looking good when this ADX gets around 15 or 20. and as the squeeze indicator goes off, I think you might see a rocket ship to Pluto there with some of these alts that have done okay against USDT but haven't quite held up against BTC. Watch them for Lambo plays. Once again, I want to remind you, I say this is from new questions over blockchain education. I linked to that over on bitcoindailyview.com. Bitcoin up 18,000K, 18,000 in 12 days. Tesla's in, and a lot more in that we don't even know about. I would have posted to the article, but I just forgot to. A lot of articles, rumors about Apple's next, and think about that with Apple and of course the Apple Wallet. I mean, integration with Bitcoin right there. I mean, Apple Wallet could become just like a lot of the crypto debit cards where you just you can pay in crypto whenever you want. It's a wonderful thing. This is a glorious time for the peaceful revolution. I am glad you guys are here. It truly does make a difference. This world's becoming a better place. I'm glad you're a part of it. And get the t-shirt because sleep is for stop loss. Take care, everybody.